Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Another beautiful Sunday morning to be together. And we're going to start you off with a couple of songs. I invite you to stand if that's comfortable. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. My God, and I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. My God, and I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. My God, of God, my God, of God, my God. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Beautiful.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you. Welcome, beautiful beings. It's wonderful to see you. Welcome out there on, what's it called? Zoom. I was thinking YouTube, but you're later, but welcome. I'm Judy Hunt, your practitioner today, and you are here at the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. What a great picture that makes. Let's keep that picture in mind. Oh, welcome to anyone visiting for the first time. I don't spot you right out, so. But if you are here and I don't know, you pick up a packet. It's got a coupon for the bookstore, and you can get on our email list. And our email has everything that's going on in this busy place, so be sure and look at it and read it well. And so some announcements are there's still a card sale in the bookstore, and the cards are lovely. Thank you, KN, for doing that for us. Oh, and next week is our town hall and board meeting and potluck. So big doings, and now y'all have to remember to bring food. So that's good. And the treasure sale, it's really, I've got my stuff in already. It was really fun letting go of stuff, because my belief is once I let go, I'm making room for new and more wonderful. So go through that garage, all your closets. There's stuff in there that's going to look back at you and say, yeah, I could leave. And somebody here is going to be so delighted to have them. So great. So that's April 26th. And the treasurer's Wednesday. Oh, we are accepted through the 24th. Yeah, that's easy to know. And then be sure and mark your calendars for our annual meeting on May 18th. We need a quorum of members. So that's the time we need you to stick around after. And the people here do a beautiful job at moving through what's necessary and getting us back out to our Sundays. So it's really nothing to dread. Well, sorry, maybe that's just me. And our lovely office manager, Meg Long, is offering once again her mindfulness in practice origami session. And several of us here did that last time. And it is relaxing and pleasant. And you actually produce stuff that looks like a person's origami, which I never thought I would do. So pretty amazing. It is from 1:30 to 3 on Saturday, May 8th. So it's really fun. So there we have those. And here, of course, we believe in the power of prayer. We use it in every day of our life. This the beauty of science of mind or religious science. It's not just a come Sunday and drop it at the door. We work this thing every day. That's the beauty of it's a real practice. So we love to do prayer, and on the back of the chairs, you will find prayer requests. So if there's anything leaning on you in your family, you can request prayer for them, and anything that's maybe dominating you right now that you could just write on that piece of paper and leave behind. So please do that. Also, all the people here, and we've got 3 of us today with stoles that will pray with you after service on anything. It's a quickie, and it's very functional. And also we have gratitude cards where you can tell us how Spirit is working through you and us in these prayers. So we love seeing those. And there's a prayer request button on the website. That's pretty cool. So we're up to the moment tech-wise. So we pray on it weekly. We have a wonderful group. And now it is time for song, silence, and prayer.
I am surrounded by love. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. Love is who I am. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. Love is who I am. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. Love is who I am. Love is who I am. This love is who I am.
Let us pray. You can certainly feel the love that we are surrounded in, and the love that we are a part of, and the love that is flowing through us in every moment. This is the truth of our nature. In every moment we are in this present moment, we are aware of the divine unfolding in our lives. We bless that. It's kind of like a party going by. It's actually like a party going by in every moment. All we have to do is be there for it. Life is so good, and so it is. Amen. Our reading today is from the wonderful Science of Mind magazine, and it's from Ernest Holmes. The title is Greetings to the Dawn. It was a beautiful day to think about the dawn. It was so clear and perfect this morning. My goodness. My thought, this is a poem from Ernest that starts it out. My thought goes forth to meet the dawn. It goes forth to greet the face of the one who dwells in the midst of eternity. It is not afraid, but travels afar in company with unseen forces of life and unnumbered hosts of the invisible. I stand in the center of the universe and behold the one who inhabits the endless ages. Mighty thoughts rush out to greet thee, and thy presence encompasses all. Ernest was cool. As our thought goes forth to view what the future holds, and we contemplate its possibilities, building our expectations on past experiences, we may more or less accurately prophesy the new age. That a new age is being ushered in. No thinking or observant person can doubt. The signs of the times and the revolution of thought that the world is undergoing, economically, religiously, politically, and internationally, furnish positive evidence that the human race is on the verge of a new experience. Human evolution, which is the unfolding of the inner life through the personality of the person, is an eternal progress in an ever-widening circle. Always the future is a logical outcome of the past and the present, suspended between the past and present, is a tendency linking events into one sequential whole. In that moment suspended between the past and future. Standing before the portals of a new season, meditating on the past and anticipating the future, we may well pause and ask ourselves what tendency our life is taking. And so it is.
We're going to welcome a new musician this morning. This is Jeff G., and give him a warm welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living.
Oh, thank you so much. My name's Jeff G., and I've been a New Thought musician for a handful of years, and I have a song for you. It's called The Source, and I hope you enjoy. Sometimes roots clog up the water supply. It might look hopeless to the untrained eye. Sometimes clouds obscure the sun and cast the illusion that darkness has won. Well, there's nothing wrong with the light that's inside us. Sometimes we drift off course. So grateful to all the things that remind us to put all the doubts and the fear behind us. 'Cause there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with the soul. Sometimes illusions seem so strong, but the source will never steer you wrong. When those fears come on the scene, remember the small space in between. 'Cause there's nothing wrong with the light that's inside us. Sometimes we drift off course. So grateful to all the things that remind us to leave all the doubts and the fear behind us. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with the source. The source is right here always. The source is right here always. The source is right here always, always.
Thank you, Jeff. How exciting. It's been exciting to meet you and now to have you part of us singing. That's fabulous. Welcome. Some of you might know his father, David G., who provided this center with a donation of support many years ago that we paid off a few years ago, and he's here to take care of his father's estate. He's since passed, but David G. was a member here at the center for a while. So welcome. We're so glad to have you. Wow, we need that more. We can invite him back, yes? Beautiful. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Bonnie, the community spiritual leader here at the center, just in case you didn't know that. And for those of you who came out to play last week with us, we had a lot of fun with Armand and, with Armand and Angeline. We had, why is my throat doing this? We had music and excitement and all kinds of wildness going on up here and in my life while they stayed with me at my house. They were all about telling us how we might get high on God and how that natural high increases the good feel hormones and chemicals in our body and some of the tools that we could use to do that. And one of the things I was thinking as I was listening to him talk about that was that old saying we used to have in the era of saying, just say no to drugs. And I thought we need to just say yes Just say yes to these increased hormones, to this increased body chemistry and all the things that we can do to make ourselves feel better. And so that's my theme for today's talk, is to just say yes. And as we move into April, our theme for this month is fertilizing our future. So first of all, I need to let you know that what Judy read was written by Ernest Holmes many years ago. Sounded like he wrote it yesterday, but it was written many years ago. So this is not a new thought. It's a new thought that keeps being new. Let's put it that way. So we're looking at how can we fertilize our future? And one of my thoughts was by just saying yes. That's something I'm working on. That's something that I want to see happen. Last week when we got done with the service, Edie came up to me and said, "You were just glowing up there." And so I needed to think about, well, why? Why was I all of a sudden just glowing? Because I sure felt good last week. Well, I'd been playing all weekend with Armand and Angelina. I'd had a break from the concerns that I was trying to carry and bring on, all that worry about the world around me and the worry about my future and our country's future. And I just released all that and played all weekend, and I was on a natural high, and I was having a good time. So that's part of why I said we need to learn how to just say yes, because that's what I had to do. As Armand and Angelina told you, they got me to go to an arcade. There were lights flashing and there was so much noise. It was a total stimulus overload. It was something completely different for me. It was new. I don't think I've ever been in an arcade before. And there was one with dancing, and I tried it out. It was really hard to do, but it was fun. And then I got to watch them having so much fun. They knew the different games and how to do them, and he loves pinball, oh my goodness. And I was like getting excited just watching them have fun. And I realized that when I feel better, when I'm in that space of having that natural high, I can deal with the external a lot better. I can think more clearly. I could picture a future that I would love to see in this world and how to get back on track to getting to experience that. I could see the path a lot more clearly. So I was thinking a lot then about, for this month, how do we consciously fertilize our future? So I go to the dictionary. What does it mean to fertilize something? Well, it feeds and nourishes the soil or whatever. So how do we feed and nourish our future? And why even be concerned with that? Because haven't we been taught to be here now? Haven't we been taught to stay in the moment? And I'm sure you've all heard this one. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Very good. I knew you all had heard that. So why are we talking about fertilizing our future? So again, the definition of fertilize, I actually forgot about the first one, which said to impregnate by adding male reproductive material to a female egg. I forgot about that definition for fertilize. The one I'm always focused on, to make soil or land more fertile or productive by adding suitable substances to it. Well, what I got from both those definitions is that to fertilize something is to add something to what already is. Something that's going to enhance what already is, something that's going to help what already is generate more growth and new life. So since we're taught to be here now, and rarely to consciously consider the future, I started thinking about how do we fertilize? How do we feed what's going to happen in the future by feeding and adding to what we have right now? Well, there's something that we do, we talk about every week, we teach it in every class, and we talked about it this morning. It's creating that mental equivalent through doing treatment or prayer. Those are words that we use here in New Thought. So Ernest Holmes called it the mental equivalent, the ability to picture it. So we want to fertilize the future that we have the ability to picture. I always say to wrap our brain around. What do we want to see in the future? And then we do our treatment work, treatment meaning affirmative prayer work, around that future that we want to see, whatever it is that we want to experience and bring into our life. So in fertilizing our future, we do that by adding our thoughts and our treatment work to the future. Joel Goldsmith also said to take time to pray for world peace every day. And when I read that, I thought, well, that's a good idea. Do I do it? No, I don't take time every day to pray for world peace, even though that's what I would love to see in the future. And so what I started realizing is there might be things I can add to my daily practice that would help fertilize a peaceful future, that would help fertilize the kind of future that I would like to see. So I think one of the things I've started asking that I would encourage you to ask is, what can I add to what I'm already doing, to what I already have, to my daily routine that can fertilize that positive growth that I want to experience in the future? So along with our spiritual practice, we've been talking a lot about the importance of joy. And I've shared a lot with you around this idea of looking for moments of joy throughout every day. And I realized that that experience of feeling joy, finding those moments of joy, also helps to fertilize my future, because it actually makes me want to have one. You know, I realize that sometimes I might go, I'm done with this. So when I have those experiences of joy, I want to experience the future. I want to fertilize something further down the line. And what I learned last weekend was that to experience more moments of joy, I have to say yes. Yes to new experiences. Yes to things that stretch me outside of my comfort zone and get me out there into the world in different ways than I've experienced in the past. So I do want to share with you my side of the story, how that all happened, since they got to share theirs last week. So first of all, I learned that there was actually an arcade in Las Cruces. I didn't know that. So Armand said to me, do you have an arcade here in town? I'm like, I don't know. Let me Google it. So I Googled it right down here on Main Street. I was shocked. Not far from the center, there's an arcade. She found it. Good for you. Yeah. So I was surprised by that. And I'm like, yes, there is. So after the concert on Saturday night, we decided to go eat down there at the Toad. And then 2 little places up is the arcade. We went in there. He spent $20 to get tokens. So you have to have tokens to play all these games. And after an hour, we'd only spent $7 of those. And we were ready to go. So Armand takes his little 13 leftover tokens and we head home. And they were burning a hole in his pocket. So Sunday, after we had the service and we went out to get some lunch, he's like to me and Angelina, so do you want to go to the arcade? You want to go play? And we're like, oh my gosh. I was tired. My usual Sunday afternoon is go home and sit with my dog and just veg for the afternoon. So we both said to him, maybe after we get a little rest. I was like, I have to take Bella out. I need to go home first. He agreed. Okay, we'll get a little rest. We went home. And we're in the kitchen. He's like, so what time do you want to plan to go to the arcade? And I could feel my face just stay blank. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, never. I'm thinking, do I need to tell him I just need to stay home and take care of myself and have a quiet time with my dog? I really just want to be with Bella. And he's going, so when? What time? And I'm thinking, okay, it's good for you to go out and play. Edie already told you were glowing and you did that yesterday, so maybe you could get more and go today. I was trying to talk myself, so I said, 3? He said, okay, 3's good. We'll get an hour's nap and then we'll go to the arcade. I'm like, okay. Well, as I experienced going to the arcade, I realized that what I was thinking of was going to be self-care, staying home, doing what was comfortable, what felt safe, but that wasn't soul care. What was going to feed my soul was doing something different, getting out, playing, having fun, doing something completely out of my ordinary. And yet I didn't want to leave Bella, so I had a great idea, and I wore my little pocket shirt, and I took Bella with me to the arcade. Nobody said a word. We went in, we played, we were having fun. And then she finally gave me that look like, can we get out of here? And I had an excuse. I need to take her out for a walk. So we did that. We ate dinner. We went home. He used up his 13 tokens and we were all happy. And what I realized is that by saying yes, I had added to my experience of joy. And I had added to what I needed in my soul to continue moving into my future. In New Thought, we're taught that the universe is for us and not against us, and that the universe can only say yes. So here's a reading from Ernest Holmes. On page 118, he says, subjectivity is entirely receptive and neutral, as we have learned, and it, with a capital I, can take our thoughts only the way we think them. It has no alternative. If I say I'm unhappy and continue to say it, the subconscious mind says, yes, you're unhappy. And keeps me unhappy as long as I say it. For thoughts are things, and an active thought will provide an active condition, whether for good or for evil. Further on, he says, the encouraging message in all of this is no matter what may be in the subjective state of our thought, the conscious state can change it. This is what treatment does. And again, I've said treatment is affirmative prayer. How can this be done? Through the most direct method imaginable, by consciously knowing that there is no inherited tendency toward limitation, no race suggestion operating through subjectivity, nothing in, around, or through us that believes in or accepts limitation in any way, shape, manner, or form. We do not stop here. This is only half the treatment. The conscious state must now provide a higher contemplation, a spiritual realization which says, I partake of the nature and bounty of the all good, and I am now surrounded by everything which makes life worthwhile. The universal medium, which is the law, he refers to as the law as well, changes its thought because its thought is deductive only and says, yes, I am all these things in you, and immediately begins the work of bringing such conditions to pass. So, when we start to say yes, as opposed to I'm unhappy, as it said, it'll say, yes, you're unhappy, but if we shift and we do that inner work to I'm happy, I'm open to joy, I say yes to all this good feeling, then the universe also says yes, and it continues to support you in that experience. Ministers and practitioners are taught, as we go through all the classes and schooling, that if we are asked by someone to do something like a prayer, an invocation, to teach a class, to speak, even if we're not comfortable in front of a lot of people, we are to say yes. The universe says yes, and we are taught to say yes. And last week, Armand and Angelina sang a song, and part of it said, it's not rejection, it's just the universe pointing us in another direction. And I know sometimes when we do our prayer work, it feels like we're getting a big old no or a rejection. And so I was thinking about how do we reframe that experience to being pointed in another direction. And I think sometimes I know when I've been pointed in another direction, I felt like, well, where is this direction taking me? Why does it look blank out there? I can't even imagine this direction. I have no idea where it's pointing me. And I felt this sense of a no. So how did this happen? I start thinking, why am I here? And you start to comb through your entire past going, what did I do wrong? Was I thinking something wrong? And again, I love how Ernest Holmes rephrases that for us. And this is further on in the text, page 245. We should also erase the thoughts of yesterday that would rob us of today's happiness. There is nothing arising out of the past that can disturb me. The past, the present, and the future are one unbroken stream of good. I lose all thoughts that in the past have caused anxiety. The spirit knows no past and is not affected by a belief in any. The past is swallowed up in the victory of a perfect present, which is filled with love and protection. Equally, we must not have fear of the future. And he's got this in quotes. So this is something you can say for yourself. It's on page 246. I see that the future is bright with promise. It beckons me forward into a more complete realization of my own worth and my rightful place in the universe. All my tomorrows will be happy and filled with harmonious occupations. I look to the future with great and pleasurable anticipation, knowing it will expand my opportunity for radiant self-expression. I love that. Are we radiantly self-expressing? I love my past and my future and understand that they are but continuations of the one unbroken chain of life. There is no future to be afraid of and no past to bring discord into the present. Now, we teach that, we say that, we work on that, and I think sometimes when people hear us try and move ourselves into that place, they say, you're just being Pollyanna. I've been told that I don't know how many times. Or they try and tell us we've got our head in the sand. So I love that just a few sentences beyond that, Ernest Holmes says this: waste no time arguing with anyone over these truths. This is true and it really works. We would better spend our time using the law, that capital L, than arguing over it. Our position is to be proven by demonstration alone. This is the final test of all theories. So I thought that was great because it reminds us that we just put it to use, we make it happen, and we allow it to flow in our lives. So let me go back here a bit. I'm thinking I missed something I was going to tell you. Maybe not. Okay, so what does he mean by that? He means that we take what it is that we want to experience and we shift our thinking and we actually apply our principles. Now, I say actually because I keep reminding myself that one of the things we talk about as being great principles are prayer, meditation, gratitude, all of those things that we talk about from up here. So how many do all of those every day? There's some of you, yay. Those of you that do all of those every day, great. What can you add to that to increase, fertilize your future? For me, I do some of them kind of every day and I pick and choose. So every day there's something more that I can add to fertilize my future. And one of them, like I've said, is to just say yes to some of these experiences that I would normally just go, no, I don't do arcades. So if you consider and think about what am I doing now, you can start, I think, with adding gratitude, because for whatever we have now, as long as we bring in gratitude, that helps to enhance it. Start with where you're at, what you have, what you do, add gratitude, and then think about what else you can add. How can you bring more joy into your life? How can you bring in another yes to something? Shauna, the person that I've been seeing for a while, said maybe what we need to do at the end of every day is give ourselves a list of what we've said yes to. So instead of a gratitude list, a yes list. Think about, what did I say yes to today that I normally wouldn't have? And how has that helped to fertilize my future? So like I said, in the era of doing drugs, when we said just say no, those drugs could create a lot of what we called paranoia. And Armand told us last week that they're about pronoia. Remember, that was a word, I'd never heard that before. So pronoia is about not being afraid of what's now and what's in the future, but about being excited and feeling good about it and knowing it's going to be okay. And so I think along with pronoia is to just say yes to that chemical high, to that natural high, saying yes to new experiences, yes to positive thinking, yes to an actual spiritual practice. Because I've spent a lot of time thinking about it and going, oh, that's a good idea. but actually putting it into practice. Yes, to moving our feet, however, after we've done our treatment work, however we're called to move our feet into action. Yes, to adding fun, joy, and laughter to our experiences. So what can you say yes to today? Any thoughts on what you can say yes to today? Think about that. What have people asked you to do, or something that might be new and different? An arcade, just go down the street. We can all go down the street after service. What can you say yes to today? So let's practice. Everybody together? Yes! And so it is. Thank you. Yes to prayer before we start the song. Hold on a minute. Thank you, Judy. She's moving into place. I get so excited. See, I told you, I think prayer is a good idea, but sometimes, I forget. All right, let's just take that in. Settle into that place. And I had some words of Ernest Holmes that I wanted to start our prayer off with, because I just like him a lot. He says, I know that every apparent death is a resurrection. Therefore today, gladly I die to everything that is unlike the good. Joyfully I am resurrected into that which is beautiful, enduring, and true. Silently I pass from less to more, from isolation to inclusion, from separation into oneness. The perfect law of good is operating through me. Joyfully I accept it. Joyfully I permit its action in everything that I do. I know that my recognition of good is the substance of the good which I recognize. And I know that this good is ever taking form in my experience. It is impossible for me to be separated from my good. Today, realizing that there is nothing in my past which can rise against me, nothing in my future which can menace the unfoldment of my experience. Life shall be an eternal adventure, an unfolding experience of greater and better experiences. Evolution is onward, upward, forward, outward, expansive. I come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Today, I exult in this abundant life. I revel in the contemplation of the immeasurable future, the path of eternal progress, the everlastingness of my own being, the ongoing of my soul, the daily renewed energy and action of that divinity within me, which has forever set the stamp of individualized being in my mind. That's the end of his quote. So we just take in those words. We take in this idea, this knowingness, that we are one with the divine. We are one with all good. We are one with a beautifully fertilized future that is there to support us, uphold us, bring us joy, allow us to express more fully. It supports us in our own internal growth and in the growth of those around us. A positive growth, one that blooms fragrantly into the future. And so in gratitude, I just allow all of these thoughts, these words, these ideas to flow in and through me, seeing before me a beautiful future of that world which we have been envisioning for years, a world that works for everyone, where all are included, all are supported, all know their oneness and their value, all know they are loved. And so we continue to hold that vision, fertilize the soil of what we have today by being love, by being light, by being what it is we see in the future. And so we just release this awareness, these words, this knowing into that fertile ground of the all-knowing mind and allow it to be. And so it is. Thank you, practitioners. Now you're on.
Oh, well, I'm going to change gears a little bit. I was going to do a slower song now, but then I just thought, for some reason, I brought this song with me. And this song is called Already, and it's about how in the perfect mind of the universe, our future is already fertilized. Perfect mind of the universe, I have perfect love. Perfect love, perfect love, I have perfect love. In the perfect mind of the universe, I have perfect peace. Perfect peace, perfect peace, I have perfect peace. I'm already there. I'm already there. In the perfect mind of the universe, I have perfect joy. Perfect joy, perfect joy, I have perfect joy. In the perfect mind of the universe, I have all I need. All I need, all I need, I have all I need. I'm already there. I'm already there.
And that was the perfect song, wasn't it? Thank you so much. Thank you. Another round for him. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And thank you, Sarah, for all the work you do to bring us fabulous musicians along with yourself and Doug. Thank you. All right. Well, now is that wonderful time we get to think about giving back to the center. 10% of everything that is coming through the center as we move into April will be going to Casa de Peregrinos, whose mission it is to end hunger while providing mobile pantries and resources that build strong, diverse, and inclusive relationships and partnerships in the community. So that is our new recipient for this month of April, Casa de Peregrinos. And so before you start passing the plate, please take a moment. Hold on. I did send them an email, but you know, old habits die hard. We're going to take a moment to say a blessing over what we're contributing. And remember that if you have nothing in your hands, that's okay. You're just going to bless the plate as it comes. Our blessing is, here we go. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. Now we will sing, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
And we are so blessed. And so I give thanks for all that flows in, all the love, all the joy, all the monetary support that allows us to be here in this community, providing love and support back out to the community. I know we're blessed. I know that all that are here this morning are blessed, and we share that blessing with the world. And so it is. Thank you. And what are we singing our way out with?
Go out and shine.
Everybody can stand if you're comfortable.
Fans can be a little interesting in here. Okay, here we go.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Oh, go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine the light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on and go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Go out and shine and fertilize your future. Just say yes.